Welcome to the new sound of online radio. Welcome to the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network. 'Cause you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven. A mix of today's hits and hard-to-find favorites, combined with the most entertaining and intriguing talk anywhere. This is your sound. This is the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network at ubnradio.com.
Plus This. Hi, welcome back to Plus This. I'm Kathy Eva.
And I am Eva Tingley. Guys, we have such a fun show for you guys. And I just know it's going to go by so fast that I don't even know what I'm going to do with myself.
It is, and it's a good sign because my chat is up and working.
Yay!
So hello, Aida, Mama Deech.
Mama Deech.
Good to see you guys. Thank you for watching as usual. And I shared it on my page. So hopefully some of those New York bitches will want to come in. We are very high fashion today.
I mean, right?
We really tried to pull it out.
We really tried to pull it out for our guest because our guest is real high fashion.
She is. She's a model.
Yeah, she's our artistic director.
Yes. By the way, an amazing creative director.
Oh, creative director.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, she's great.
No, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Her Instagram is so amazing. I was like, does she just shoot every single day of her life? That's kind of the life I want to live, where I'm just in hair and makeup and just getting my pictures taken all the time.
I know, except for a lot of times she doesn't really do anything. Because look, I'm going to show you. Can you see it? There she is. This is called Dear Body.
Oh, just
guy.
naked.
She's just
in the buff.
In the buff with heels and a hair
and a hair
bouffante.
She was wearing makeup.
She does. She has an eyebrow. Yeah. But it's beautiful.
It is.
Get into it, guys. Megan Kimberling is here.
Yeah, it's
We're
good.
very excited for her. We met at
the
event,
Dietland event, and we were like, we want you on our show.
For sure.
We're having you.
By the way, Dietland has me hooked, and they actually had a scene with two fat women that was not making fun of them being fat. It was just two women in a scene that were fat in the same screen.
Amazing.
Just hanging out, doing their thing. That was really, you're like a magician.
I was like a magician. If you guys could see my little tall straw just bobbling through, I don't know. I was hiding my drink.
She's trying to be like a witch.
I'm trying to be like a witch.
Make it float. She was like, but it was just I'm so in. It's so good. It's so good. I hope you're all watching. Anyway, you were Sporty Spice this weekend.
I was a little bit of a super late bird Sporty Spice to an LA event that started at 8 and I got there at 10.
Because you do.
I was like, it's a lame, gonna be lame. No, really, I woke up and I had a really bad migraine and I was sneezing and I was just I'm a mess. I'm not going. And then Delaney Peace, one of our friends, was posting something and I was like, I have FOMO. Okay, I'm going to take an allergy pill. Okay. And then I was like, oh, I'm feeling better. Oh, it was just allergies. Okay, I'm going to go. And then I went.
It's the CurvyCon Games.
It was CurvyCon Days.
Oh, I thought it was called Games.
No. CurvyCon Days.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to have to go back and look at those pictures because I thought it said Games.
I'm going to say that it probably had games somewhere, but it was hashtag CurvyCon Days.
Because it was games.
Yeah, they had athletic things for fatties to do.
Did you participate?
I did not. My team was not very welcoming. Marcy Preet, I'm looking at you.
What do you mean?
I went over and was like, I'm wearing orange. And they were like, we're in a group. We're already close. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm just going to walk around then.
No.
I'm just going to walk around then and be a gypsy.
No, Marcy, she's throwing you under the bus, girl.
No,
leader.
but Marcy was not there. I mean, Marcy was there. She wasn't at that moment. She was not in the group.
Explain to people how it worked, though.
It was really fun. So Dia and Company was the main sponsor, and Pink's Tacos, which was so smart for a fatty event. I'm just gonna say, and they had all kinds of fun athletic activities for every level of
Athleticism?
I was going to say academic prowess, but that's not right. Yes,
Maybe that too.
Athletic
Maybe
prowess.
that too.
Yeah, it was really fun. So like everybody had like there was like different things you had to do. You had to like ride a horse and like run over these things and run through. There was like a unicorn stick, and you had to like run through an obstacle course. And they had like this puzzle you had to put together, and there was like a water balloon toss and stuff like that. It was really fun. I was like, I'm just gonna say that if I were actually in it, my team would have probably won.
The dance contest was amazing. I did catch Amanda.
Oh yeah, there
LeCount
was a dance contest.
busting it out. She was like doing it for the
But
people.
there were a lot of influencers there who are dear friends and past guests of our show. Troy Solomon was there. Rhea Norman was there. Marcy was there, obviously. People were going nuts for Troy Solomon. Like gaga nuts.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, it was like it was really funny to watch because I don't think he had ever experienced it to that level.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Interesting.
And then, of course, I had to be like a real dork and be like, oh my God, Troy, you're my best friend in my house. So it was really fun.
That's great.
And Rhea's Team Yellow won the whole thing. They won it all. I don't know what they won. But they won it all.
But you got a tote where you got to press our name in there.
I
plus
did.
the show
And I
bag.
brought it.
You did.
Look at guys.
Look it. So nice.
Look, plus this show. And then on the other side, it says Fit to Thrive.
Yes, which is a campaign D and company's doing.
And because I'm that kind of gal, I got one from Miss Kathy D.
You did? Oh, that is so nice. Guys, true surprise.
I did surprise her.
It.
And there's
Thank
also another
you.
little surprise inside for you.
Wow.
That you have to do on the air now.
Oh, I do?
Yes.
Is it a boyfriend?
No.
A vibrator?
No.
No. Oh.
Roberta sent it to us.
Wow, a giant
scrub!
one. A giant
If you are not watching, it's not a giant one vibrator. It's a giant
Sugar
Sugar scrubs
From Scrubs.
from our sponsor Scrubs.
And I love them, and I love this, and we ran out, so we asked her if she would re-up, and she did.
I
and
know,
she's
and
our
she's-
very first supporter. We just love you, Roberta, so much.
We do.
Scrubs with a Z. Body.com, guys. They're amazing. That is so nice of you. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I have so many things to carry around now. I can tell people what Plus the Show is when they go, what's Plus the Show?
And you'll be like, it's this show that I'm on that I do.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's
so I
amazing.
truly surprised Kathy Deach right there.
That was really a good one.
You're welcome.
Good job. Pat her on her back. I can't, guys, I have a leather dress on, and it's leather, and it's really hard to move. And I can't pat myself on the back. Really.
No.
It's
Wait, you
hard.
guys, I have to tell you one other thing at the Dia Days thing.
Tell us.
Not the Dia Days, CurvyCon Days. I met a true-blooded Olympian.
Yes, you did.
And I about lost my mind. I was like inside, I was like, keep it cool, Eva, keep it cool. And she's almost like, we have a show and we've like really wanted to get an Olympian on our show and like, would you want to come on? So she's gonna come on.
Yes.
We're very excited.
In a few weeks, we'll announce it.
We'll announce it, but I was very excited. I was like, oh my God, you went to the Olympics. You went to the Sydney Olympics. I need to know all the things. I was really a big athletic dork right there.
It was great. I'm
Yeah.
so glad.
I know.
That's so great. After all our stalking.
After all,
time,
I know.
We're stalkers. We're
A little bit.
Olympian stalkers.
We really wanted an
Pretty
Olympian
much.
on here. Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, we'll get her. She's coming.
No, she's coming.
She's coming.
We have it
I mean,
scheduled.
we're going to have to wear the big shoes we ever wore in our whole lives.
Oh my God, yes, because she's 6'2".
Yeah, I need to step up my shoe game.
Oh, I'm going to wear like a ladder and then shoes.
I'm going to bring an apple box.
You're so smart. I'm going to bring a ladder and I'm going to tower over her and be like, Amazon.
Just hang off of a ladder.
Yeah. There is actually a picture that I looked up of her where she's like putting her arm out and like there's this tiny girl like holding onto it to show like the different sizes that they are. I'm just saying. She's
That's
pretty
really
fierce.
cute. Maybe she'll take that with me. I'll just be like,
You'll be like,
feet swinging.
you're going to like come up to her like belly button and be like, hi.
Amazing. Another really cool thing happened. So we sold out of our screening and
Twice!
then they said, wait, we'll go to a bigger theater. And then we sold out of that.
I know.
So incredible. Love Yourself Day
Love Yourself.
2
Yeah, Love Yourself Day number 2
is happening.
Yeah, and if you don't have your tickets, you are sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, unless they like give us another upgrade, which they might. We don't know.
We don't know.
There's still like some days left.
You're going to have to stalk us.
You're going to have to really stalk us, stalk the Tug Fatitude page because
refresh.
You just constantly refresh because you just never know.
Yeah.
But if you don't have your tickets, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just sold out.
Yeah. And we have
and we have the best
sponsors, really great sponsors.
Wait, and we have 30 tickets for the Penny Lane centers. 30 tickets were donated from all across the land for the girls and boys at Penny Lane centers to come and watch with us.
I know.
We're
It's gonna
very
be
excited.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're stoked. We're stoked. So thank you.
Yes, so
because
thank you for
without you guys donating tickets, we wouldn't have made our first threshold.
Right.
So we really appreciate it. Like,
Yeah, we're really
you guys
excited.
guaranteed the screening.
Screening.
And then all of a sudden it was like, blow.
Yeah.
Guess what? 20 more people are coming. Okay.
I know. Yeah. It's very exciting.
But there's going to be influencers there that, like special LA insiders are going to be there. Manon has all kinds of crazy friends coming.
Yes, previous guest Manon Edouard
is co-hosting with us.
co-hosting with us.
Yeah, and she hooked up some great stuff for our bags and giveaways.
Guys, we have some sick giveaways and some really great stuff for our bags. We have full jars of Pix really good peanut butter, and I will tell you, it is really good.
Not a pocket size.
No,
not one of those little squeezies.
Like a full jar of
an entire
peanut butter
legit jar
that you would buy at the grocery
of
store.
peanut butter.
It's
so
delicious.
We suggested maybe just sticking a chocolate bar in there.
Yeah, just like
perfect movie
perfect
food.
snack.
Why wouldn't you do that at the movie? Watching Fatitude.
But you have to bring your own chocolate bar because
Yeah.
we are not having a
we
chocolate
don't have
bar.
a chocolate
but
sponsor.
we will have
unless someone wants to step up.
Yeah,
step up,
step
somebody.
up, and we will take we will take it. We will take it. But we have and who else do we have?
Well, we have Pretty Little Things. Who?
Oh yeah, and Cam Shield.
Yes.
Cam Shield is this brand that you put your little it covers your computer camera so that people aren't spying on you, and then you click it open and it opens up and you can be on your webcam doing all of your kinky things that you want to do. Or not. Just talk to your grandma. Whatever. I'm just saying.
Could go either way.
It could go either way. But you close it so that people can't spy on you.
Yeah, which is always a good idea.
Yeah.
Because things get hacked all the time.
All the time. Even like baby cameras do. It's really scary, guys. It's whatever. That's why you need it. And we have a $10 coupon for each of you from the Plus Bus.
Yes. Which they just had another live sale last night. We're going to have a live sale again, but like earlier in the day. So like it's not late night for the poor New York people.
For the NYCs.
So and Atlanta people too. We have some Atlanta peeps. So you guys, we're going to do something earlier in the afternoon. So it'll be like a 6 o'clock. We're hoping maybe
for you guys. It'll
just
be 6
for you. We'll let you know. That's going to be happening sooner rather than later though, because y'all, you need to buy our clothes before other people snatch them up. Just saying.
But now we have to talk about something
we do
really downery.
Yeah.
Like really just enraged me this week.
Yes.
I don't even remember this guy's name. Oh, Patrick J. Adams. Patrick J. Adams, we are looking at you. Hard. Wait, let me make it hard. Make more like a
Give like a Kumi face.
Like a real mean. Oh, right. A Kumi mean face. We're mad at you because okay, so he went to the royal wedding and he was featured in some sort of royal newspaper or whatever newspaper. Royal newspaper. Whatever.
Royal newspaper.
The royal newspaper of England. Okay, he was featured in
like the Sun or something.
Like Sun or something, whatever, like a little newspaper in the UK. And he was at the airport. And a woman came up to him and said, my God, what a terrible photo of you. And he's like, really? I kind of like that photo. What do you think is wrong with it? And she pauses and says, well, you're just so chunky. She laughs and falls asleep. Now, while she falls asleep, he takes a photo of her and posts it online. And she's chubby. and I don't understand it.
And then took it down.
Well, yeah, because his fans got mad. They were like, we expect more from you.
Oh,
like,
interesting.
not everything needs revenge. Not everything.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, when I looked at the photo of him, I was kind of like, it's not that he looks chunky. It's that the shading, the shadow of his arm onto his body makes his body and his arm look like one thing.
There's no space.
Separation.
Yeah.
So I was like, he does actually, like, in your eye, because we're so trained to look for thinness to make him look chunky.
Right.
I mean, he's not, but that's what they're...
But the cut of the coat seemed very square.
The cut of the coat was almost like A-line.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, it didn't...
It's
not that he's not chunky at all, but the way that it looked, she's not wrong.
Right. And of course, if someone's in front of you and they're saying this is a bad picture of you because I'm looking at you,
right,
and you don't look like this,
right,
then
it's like kind of a compliment.
Yeah.
But then also I can see how you're like, don't call me chunky.
Well, listen, this is something we've been talking about. Like, that's how now it's moved on to men. Like, women, like, it was our problem for a long time, and now it's like being micromanaged by men. Like, even the weight of men. Like, we talked about Trump and Kim Jong-un, like, having
an issue with
having
being perceived as fat.
One of their diplomatic moments was, we'll make you look thin
sure
in
we
pictures.
Look perfect. And,
so like,
and
this
thin.
is something that is sort of like, it's a hot mess. Is
all
what
over,
it is.
all over.
And it was bad judgment. And I don't know that he apologized or didn't. I didn't follow up on that. I don't know if he took it down.
I don't think so. I don't think.
Yeah,
I haven't seen anything.
I just
of it.
have a problem taking pictures of people when they don't know and publicly putting them on anything.
Oh yeah,
I just feel like that's so
inappropriate.
busted.
It's inappropriate.
Yeah, it's totally inappropriate.
I just want to talk about one quick thing that did happen at Curvy Days. Whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about, guys. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I was talking to this really petite, very thin black girl, and I was like, hey, is this your first fat event? And she was like, don't call yourself fat. And I was like, well, why? I am fat. And she was like, no, you don't call yourself that. And I was like, okay, well, let's talk about that for a second. Would you want me to say, like, I said, because it's just a descriptor. I'm also blonde. I also have blue eyes. I also have fair skin. If you had said to me, oh, I'm black, should I say to you, no, don't say you're black? And she was kind of like, oh. Like, it really, like, snapped her into that, like, oh, I see what your point is. Because it is just a descriptor. But it was so hard for her, like, to hear me call myself fat. And then I had Delaney and KT there, and I was like, do you guys call yourself fat? And they were like, yeah. And she was just kind of like mind blown about that, because it is such like a
taboo.
It is. It's such like a bad word. It's such a bad word. And you know, even my nephew, my sister had said something like, you need to stop that. Your big fat ego is getting in the way. And he was like, nothing about me is fat. And my sister was like, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your ego is fat. And he was like it bothered him to be called fat, even, and he's 7.
Yeah.
So like, I just, like, how what do we do about that? I don't even know. Like, how do we change that? Because, you know, Jennifer Lawrence is like, no one should ever be able to be called fat.
Yeah, it should be illegal to call people fat.
And I'm like, well,
or we just have to change our mind about what fat is, and why do you really think being fat is so terrible? Like,
right.
Why is it a dirty word? And it doesn't really have to be. If you look at what being fat means in the actual sense, which is no indicator of health or beauty or any, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because if you're fat, then you're automatically ugly.
Yeah.
Which
is just not true.
No.
Yeah. And people find you attractive. I mean, like, it's just,
it's a real, like, messed up thing that we have to, like, really just, like, analyze and dissect and kind of try to figure out how we can
that's what Fatitude does, like, rolling it back. Fatitude is really, I
wouldn't know. I haven't seen it.
It really, like, pulls it all. Like,
no, I'm really excited about that. But how can we get more people to see it? Is the
you guys can sponsor your own?
Yeah,
you can sponsor your own
screening
in your town.
Do it.
Get it together.
Get it
All
together.
right, we should go because we want
We're gonna
Megan
take a
out
break.
here.
We do.
We're
We
going to
wanna
take a little break.
We're going to take a small
Megan will
little
be in
tiny
the
break.
hot
You guys
seat.
know. And then we're bringing Megan on, and we're going to talk to her about all the things. So we'll be right back.
You know that 67% of American women are size 14 and above.
You mean they look like this?
Yeah, girl.
So then where are we in television and film?
And where are we in fashion magazines and clothing stores?
Yeah.
So we want to help out entertainment and fashion and media.
Catch the F up.
Topics get hot. We want to hear what y'all have to say.
And they will get hot.
Absolutely
I have
true.
a question for you. It's
Yes.
kind of like a dirty little one. So if you had to do a love scene with somebody else famous, who would it be?
Oscar Isaac.
Oh, love how I asked you that and you had an answer like right away.
We sang, we laughed, we cried. We
You
actually
gotta go
didn't
back.
cry.
No, we didn't cry.
We didn't cry.
Everybody should be able to be seen in. I mean, maybe not every single campaign, but let's try to include it in as many campaigns as we can.
Witchy poo, we told you.
We're just putting it in the
gonna
cauldron for
meditate,
you.
We're gonna get the candles.
Yeah.
People are having sex with us. We need to show that we're like part of this society, and being sexual is part of that.
Absolutely.
So tough titty, you're fucking uncomfortable.
Watch a fat girl love herself.
Applause, applause,
But just us.
applause.
Just us.
applause.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So good.
Plus this.
Welcome back, guys. We're back. Did you miss us on our short break?
No, they saw us in our thing.
Oh, that's true. But you probably still missed live us in our fashion that we wore for Miss Kimberling.
Yes. She's a model. She's a creative director. She
Is an activist.
an activist for sure. Megan Kimberling, everyone.
Welcome.
Hi. It's so good to see you.
I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for making the trek.
Of course.
We were talking about your obviously the work that you did that ended up on the cover of Dear Body magazine. Now, have you always had that like longing to do editorial, like to go beyond just I'm wearing a cute jacket today?
So I actually come from a music background.
Oh, do you sing?
Yes. I can sing.
What does that mean? You can sing, you just don't
How
sing?
elusive.
I know how to sing correctly.
Okay.
I studied classical trumpet actually and jazz theory.
Wow.
And,
I'm so excited.
I have actually 2 bachelor's degrees in music.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Do
fascinating.
you still play ever the trumpet?
I don't, and that's kind of how I got into modeling. So
Oh, do tell.
Tell us.
So I graduated from undergrad and moved to California, and I thought I was going to get into like the music management business. But no one would hire me with a music degree. They were like, you need a business degree. And I was like, what? Okay. So I didn't want to play anymore. I got burnout. I'm much more of the analytical mind than the performer. And so I went back to school. I went to fashion school, and I got a degree in merchandise marketing.
Oh my God, that's
At
amazing.
FIDM?
Yes.
Oh, I
that up.
totally guessed. Very cool.
And then after I graduated from FIDM, I got a job managing a photo studio. And my other degree is in radio, TV, digital media production.
Wow.
So I got a job managing a photo studio, and as I was at the studio all the time, doing operations, PR, all sorts of things, I kind of just spoke up one day while I was hanging out with a bunch of photographers, and I was like, yeah, I guess I could try modeling. And they're like, wait, what? Like, we've known you for months now, and you've never said a thing. And I was like, oh, okay. So I started modeling, and I discovered I had this creative void that I didn't know I had, and it was because I stopped playing. I stopped creating music. And so my modeling just kind of took the place of that. And I'm lucky enough that from the very beginning of my career, it was always an artistic, creative outlet for me. So that's where I started from. And then I had to make that decision pretty early on in my career if I was going to go the more commercial route or more editorial. And the commercial just it didn't suit me. I knew enough about the industry that I would have had to grow my hair out and color it a natural color and stop getting tattoos and lose weight and probably do other plastic surgery procedures and that sort of thing. And I didn't want any part of it. And so I was like, no, I'm gonna go and do my own thing.
That's so great.
That's so amazing. And because your Instagram is so fierce. Like, if people are not following you, they need to be, because you are so brilliant.
Thank you.
I'm just going to ask you straight to your face. Do you shoot every single day of your life?
No, I don't.
What? It looks like it on your Instagram. Just saying.
I have a day job.
Okay.
Monday through Friday, office job. I do product development for a small firm, a design firm. So I only shoot on the weekends, basically. And on a good month, I'm shooting every weekend, sometimes twice a weekend. On a slow month, I might not shoot at all. So it totally depends on, who reaches out to me, what collaborations I'm doing. 98% of my stuff I do is all trade. So it's just finding the right people to create with and having it work out.
Yeah, because it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's really beautiful.
Really, the design of it, you really have a gift. And I think that you could take what you wanted to do in music and do that for people who want to create more artistic photos. Like, I feel like I would hire you for a magazine.
No, I mean, honestly, there was like one spread that you did where you were like eating like golden ice cream and you had like golden lips and I was just like, this is so brilliant.
Thank you. It was actually, so my best friend is Samantha Figueroa and she goes by Samantha Studio on Instagram.
Okay. Yes, she's fantastic.
Right? She's fantastic. So her and I kind of have gone through the industry together about the same time. I graduated from FITM about the same time she graduated from I can't remember where she graduated from, but photography. So I met her through the studio I was running, and her and I have just kind of grown together. And she's in New York now, but she was in town visiting, and Christina Aguilera had just done Paper Magazine, like literally like 2 months ago, and it was the one where she was just like super natural, and people were like, wait, is that Christina?
Right. That's what she looks like. Yeah.
And I got an idea. I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw a place in Anaheim that does 24 karat dipped ice cream, and I was like, Samantha, we have to do this. Like, I want to shoot super natural, like blonde freckles, which I am neither. So I put freckles on my face.
Amazing.
And, yeah, and I bought a wig off Amazon.
We're showing the picture right now. It's beautiful.
Two-day prime.
Great.
Yeah, that's a like a $15 wig or something.
It's a great wig.
I love it. It's so fun.
I'm not mad at that wig
No,
at all.
me either.
That wig
It's
is
so fun.
fierce.
It was just, and it was it was actually quite an event. We showed up and they're like, oh, it's going to be half an hour to wait for the ice cream, and our sun was going down.
You're like, no, rush the ice cream, rush it.
Are you kidding me right now? So then, yeah, we actually like went, it was in like a strip mall in Anaheim. And
was it like $75 for ice cream?
It was a $15 ice cream.
Okay, that's not too bad for an ice cream.
But it tasted disgusting. Like, it tasted like metal.
Oh,
you know?
yeah,
because it was gold.
It was gold.
Because you're putting metal in your mouth.
Yeah, it was.
But for those pictures,
But for the pictures,
priceless.
beautiful.
I would
Yes.
I would totally blow one up and get one. Like, I would totally blow that up and hang it on my wall. I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
we can make that happen.
And you do prints, right?
Yes,
You do
I
prints
do.
of things.
Yeah, of yourself.
But you obviously got the light and got the shot.
Yeah, we did.
Did you bribe somebody?
No, we didn't. But I sat impatiently.
You were like, I am a creative director, and you are squashing my creativity.
Well, I'm sitting there in like full makeup. It might not look like I'm wearing a lot of makeup in those, but I have a full face on, and it's like 80 degrees, and I'm just like, y'all are getting on my nerves right now.
Yeah.
Like, just give me my ice cream. But yeah, we got the shot, and we got quite a few shots, so it was really fun.
I love it.
That's
I love
great.
it.
Well, yeah, she's amazing. So, okay, let's talk about being a nudie patootie in pictures. I'm really curious.
Yeah,
about
because
this.
Kathy Deach could never.
I love how Eva always puts limits on me on the show. If you listen to our show week to week, you know she does this to
I'm
me
just
all
saying-
the time. And every single time I say no, not never.
Only as a character, not as Kathy Deach.
I really have resistance to it. But I'm actually more curious to know if you had a process where you like slowly like got more and more used to showing more and more of your body, or did you just jump in the pool?
I kind of jumped.
You did.
So
She was like, boom, this isn't me.
I had literally only done like 1 or 2 professional shoots, and a husband-wife creative team reached out to me, and they said, hey, we're doing this project. It's artistic nude. Are you interested? And I was like, I don't know. So I talked to a bunch of model and photographer friends, and I was like, listen, like, what do you think? Is this a good idea? And most of them came back with, if you're comfortable, yeah, go for it. And so knowing the business end of the industry, I kind of worked backwards, and I was like, okay, so I need to protect myself and make sure that they're not creeps and weirdos. And I ended up taking a model friend with me on the shoot, and they were super nice, and it was great, and it was super comfortable, and it was really great to work in that capacity where they genuinely just wanted to showcase someone's body. Like they just wanted to show that there's more than a size 2 model. So it was honestly amazing. And my model friend, as we were leaving, she was like, this is going to sound weird, but it was like you were wearing clothes. She was like, it wasn't any different than any other shoot. I was like, well, that's fantastic. Like, that's what I want to hear.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's what you need to be if you're going to be a nude model. Like, I think that's probably my biggest fear is that if I was the nakeds, I would be like, I'm naked and like really uncomfortable the whole time.
It's
And no one wants to see a person naked and uncomfortable.
It's a process. It really is. And
Maybe they do. Maybe they want to see you being like,
That's like some kind of like weird
fetish
niche
thing.
fetish
I'm
thing.
telling you, but hey,
Awkward
it's probably
nude.
somebody wants to see it.
Awkward nude, but not even awkward because there's a lot of awkward nude photos, quite honestly. But not that I've ever searched that. But I will just say, but
you
the
just outed
person-
yourself.
But the person themselves being self-conscious and awkward, like uncomfortable. That would be weird.
I think there's probably a group of
if it's
people
not
who
a
wanna-
thing, we could make it a thing.
Yeah.
I know
we'll
people.
all do.
If anyone can
Megan-
make it a thing, Megan can make it a thing. You can definitely. All of a sudden, we'll see it everywhere.
I know. It's like, you know what? Who would like it? Hipsters. Hipsters would be
Hipsters
like,
would think
true.
it's
look
so
at this like
ironic.
naked weirdness. Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah.
They would.
We can make it a thing.
Oh my god.
Yes,
I will
Kathy's
not
down.
Be the cover. I will not be the cover girl of that.
I see.
No.
I told you, Kathy would not do it.
No.
We'll start slow.
It'll just be your arm.
Topless, and then we'll move on.
And all of them really just me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
It
just like
would be-
just like
it would just be.
just like with the most awkward face, just like.
I can't believe we're wasting. I can't believe we're wasting time.
I love
on this
it. I think that's
conversation.
brilliant. I think we should definitely do it.
yes.
What do you aspire to do? Like, what is one of your like big dreams as a creative director?
I definitely would love to work for a publication, a magazine, something that allows me to bring all of my experiences to one place and my knowledge of behind the scenes and the business side of the industry and all of the things that I've accumulated over the last 10 years of my career, and just be able to bring a new perspective to a magazine or a publication or a brand or whatever it may be. I mean, that's ultimately the goal.
Is there one that you sort of have like one eye on that you're like, wish list?
Not really at the moment. I follow a plethora of magazines on Instagram, and I definitely have a few that I really enjoy looking at their work and what they're bringing to the table. And most of them just need more fat people.
Yeah. You mentioned Paper for sure.
Yeah,
They need fat
Paper's
people.
fantastic.
And do you do W also? And
Yeah, and ID. I love ID. There's a couple. Jute magazine is really great.
Yes, it is very great.
Lucy's, I'm really a fan of.
Don't know that one.
Yeah, Lucy's magazine. I enjoy that one a lot.
Maybe you need to just make your own magazine.
That's always been kind of in the back of my mind. It takes a lot of work to make a
I'm
magazine.
sure it does. A lot of sponsors. Hey.
But if people if we're going to talk about it later in the next segment, I don't want to jump the gun, but if people are making money off of different size bodies, like I feel like it's the future.
Yeah.
I mean, I would hope it's the future.
Yeah.
Definitely. So what advice would you give to somebody who was like, like even just as simple as I want to wear a spaghetti strap dress, but it's really hard for me.
This is my favorite piece of advice, and I'm 110% serious right now. Dance naked in front of the mirror. Every day.
Really?
Really.
Kathy Deach, do it.
What song do you listen to when you dance naked?
Anything I want to, and sometimes I make up my own.
Nice.
Being a musician, sometimes she plays the trumpet. She's
She's
like
just
in
naked,
Gypsy. She's like one of the strippers in Gypsy, just at the end. You can ball.
I always am naked. Kathy knows this because she's always at my house. No, just kidding.
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
I'm
I'm just
always
kidding.
coming over, and you're like, just give me. Wait a minute.
I'm
just
like,
give me
wait,
a
I gotta
minute."
put on some shorts. No, but I'm always naked, and there's like a mirror in my hallway, and I always stop and like look at my butt and like do a little dance for myself. And my husband always thinks I'm so weird. He's always like, just checking yourself out, huh? You're just checking out the goods. I'm like, that's right. I'm like, look at it. Oh. Every day. Like multiple times a day, I walk by a mirror and look at my body.
Now, do you do that even if you are like, ugh, and then it gets you out of that? Feeling?
I don't know that it gets me out, but sometimes I'll just like squish my belly fat and just be like, I'll just be like, oh yeah, look at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of fun.
I mean, I've developed a little morning ritual, and it takes a while for my hot water to heat up. So while my shower is heating up, I do some poses, some face poses, and all sorts of things.
Show us your face poses.
Yes, give us some of those.
Show us. And then maybe while you show us the back of that fierce shirt you're wearing.
Yes, because it's
okay. But you can just show us your face poses first.
So yeah.
Oh,
excuse you.
Oh.
I wish I had the.
I wish
I had a
no
camera.
idea what's going on.
No, it was good from here. No, it's
yeah,
good.
it's really good.
No,
I
it's
love
really good.
it.
Show us the back of your shirt. She got this at Target.
Oh, you gotta have to do a squat stand, a half stand.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, see that? Yes, queen. No, a little bit higher.
Cute.
Oh, yes. In unison.
And you said you got that like it's a straight
Target.
size and a
Yeah,
Target?
it's a straight size. I mean, it's an extra large, but yeah, Target for like $20.
Come on.
Get it.
Guys, you can find it everywhere is the point.
Yeah, I mean now it's getting better. It's definitely getting better.
But you can get creative. Like somebody who is not a 2X might be like, I couldn't possibly. And guess what? You could possibly.
You could.
The whole back's open. Like this is like a 4X, guys. Like come on.
Come on in.
Okay, wait. So tell us more about your morning ritual.
Oh, so I make some faces and I do some poses and I dance a little bit in the mirror, and then I get in the shower, and then I take my time after the shower and I do my moisturizer and
you
all
do
that
your
stuff.
faces as your moisturizer.
And
you're
I
just like,
a little bit. You know, you gotta
Love it.
like shake it up. But yeah, I think that as fat women, we're not encouraged to spend time naked with our bodies, and it's important.
For sure.
Yeah, I know that there was times when I was like really struggling with my mental health that I realized like I don't even think I looked at myself in the mirror today. And then I would be like, oh, I like totally have eye boogers and I'm disgusting. Like I'm like out at the bank and I have eye boogers. This is really great, Eva. Let's like maybe just like wash your face before you leave the house. But you know, like mental health is a real thing, and I think that women, especially fat women, we're not encouraged to look at ourselves. Like we're just swoop on by. Like,
And if
good enough, bye.
If we are encouraged, it's to fix part of ourselves.
Right.
It's not to just exist, just to be just simply okay with what you look like in the mirror. We're always told to change something.
Yeah.
For sure.
And to really
like that's the
let
only
that
way
go.
you can be a fat person is if
Right.
you're trying to change. If you're trying to improve your fatness, then it's okay for you to be fat if you're improving.
Yeah. It's a bummer. We're going to take another break, though.
We're gonna take a break.
And we're going to have more with Megan Kimberling when we return. Plus this.
Promotional consideration brought to you by Melissa Massey. Custom clothing isn't exclusively for the rich and famous. Melissa Massey is custom-made clothing for everyday wear. A unique combination of custom tailoring and deluxe fabrics that is well made and fit for every size and frame. Made in LA, sold in LA, and online at melissamassey.com. It's not the natural beauty products in your life, but the life in your natural beauty products. Linda Kammen's Aromatherapy Salon, lindakamens.com, for happier, healthier living. Promotional consideration provided by Scrubs Body, a woman-owned business with scrubs so natural they're good for your public parts and your private parts. Scrubsbody.com.
Plus this. Oh, excuse us.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
excuse me, ma'am. Is that a couture jacket you're wearing?
It is.
It is a couture.
By way of Lane Bryant and Last Craft Designs.
Yes.
Last Craft Designs.
Tell
so
us
brilliant.
about how that happened.
It was a trade.
Brilliant.
So,
You're just trading your life away.
I mean, hey,
Getting everything you
sometimes-
need.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
A barter, it's all right. I was at the Plus Bus last year for their 1-year anniversary, and in the thick of it is her Instagram name. She came up to me, or actually I went up to her and I was like, this patch is amazing and I need it in my life. And she was like, I see you have some prints over there. I said, yes, I do. And so we traded them, and it was fantastic.
Perfect.
And she sent me a picture of my print framed on her wall today after I sent her a picture of
Oh,
patch
I
on-
love
was like-
it.
It was amazing.
Great.
You're
All,
like, oh
all
my
blessings flow from the Plus Bus.
Yes, we love the Plus Bus.
If you
so
haven't
much.
guessed, guys.
I mean, and
we
they
love
don't
the
even
Plus
sponsor
Bus.
us, but they should.
They should, because we act like
we
they
act
do.
like they do. Yeah, we
But
really truly do.
We just love
We
that they
do.
exist.
We just love them.
Well, it really is like cultivating a community. And
yeah.
we love that you are. Were you there because of Jen and Marcy?
Yeah, so I've been following the Plus Bus since it started, and I actually had my 20,000 follower party at the Plus Bus.
fancy.
It was a hoot. And then they had their 1 year, and I was like, hey, I have some prints left over. You know, I'll be a vendor. So I just kind of hung out all day, and
Meet everybody.
Met your fans.
Yeah.
it was awesome.
And they have people from all over the country go there, and sometimes it's really funny, especially if you're an actor. I mean, maybe in your world this isn't the same, but as an actor, like you usually were the fattest person there, and everybody else is straight sized or like zero sized, and like we're the only one
Yeah.
in any given space, especially out here in LA. And then all of a sudden, being in a room where there's like one straight sized person and like a bunch of chubbies, it's so great.
Yeah, now in the last couple years of my career, I've been, going on shoots with multiple models, and I'm usually like the token fat girl, and I don't know how many times I've walked up with model bags and everything, and someone who's either another model or in the crew goes, "Oh, are you makeup?" "No, I'm a model." And they're like, "Oh." Like,
Yeah.
okay,
I mean, do you
day.
find that you
Yeah.
have to have a lot of conversations in those straight size spaces?
I usually check the room. There's usually someone who wants to hear what I have to say, but for the most part, there's still a lot of people that just don't care to listen to the conversation. So it's, I'm not going to waste my breath on someone who doesn't want to change or doesn't want the industry to change.
Yeah. It's so interesting though, because just the fact that you're there in those rooms means that somebody is hip.
Right.
Like
Totally.
somebody's into this. And we were just talking today on the phone when we were preparing for your visit, about like having, like, how can we like get our way into spaces that are traditionally straight size, or traditionally white and thin and blonde a lot of times, and female, and
Hey, nothing wrong with
sorry,
being blonde.
there's nothing wrong with being blonde. But even just us doing articles for Books for Better Living, we were brought on because it is a very privileged space, and very thin privileged space, and and like we feel like we're like the scrappy dog that someone like let loose in.
I feel like that
You know.
all the time.
Yeah.
Like I live there.
Yeah, but it is important, I think, to once you feel the thing that we feel, which I think even just based on this conversation today, you can tell that the three of us people out there feel pretty confident about who we are as being fat and like being okay with that. Now that we have that we own that, like how do we go in and change the space? Like how do we
how do we change, like how, like instead of feeling like we are like that we're like trying to fit in, how do we like change it so that we now belong? I don't know. We don't. That does not. Maybe there's not even an answer for that. But I think we just have to keep creating content.
Totally.
right?
I think that's the important thing is, one, we have to realize that not all content is created for someone else. So sometimes content is created for you, and that's okay. And if there's multiple shoots that I've done where I did it for me and it was my idea and I wanted to do it, and if no one liked it, no one liked it. It is what it is. But I felt it was important, and so I did it. And usually those are some of the best, well-received things, because even if you're like, you know what, no one's going to listen to what I have to say, chances are someone out there will listen. And that's how you get more people involved, I think, because it's rough and it's changing, but sometimes it's not changing fast enough.
Yeah. And I think that we end up having to be the agents of change is what I'm saying. I think that we kind of have to be our own agents of change, just like that girl you met at the games. Like you challenged her in what she thought, and like learning the script almost to when that happens, and busting through the instinct to kind of like sigh and be like, oh, they don't get it. You know what I mean? Like to push through and be like, oh, it's so interesting you say that, because just so you know where I come from, this is where I'm at. But especially in power dynamics with like modeling or being on a set or being even in a theater, it's very different. It's very different when it's like you hanging out at a park at a free event, and then
Right.
and it's like your gig.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
really
It is,
different.
for sure.
It's really
because
different.
there's no stakes. There was no stakes for me at the park. Like
Right.
she either gets it or she doesn't.
Right.
Right. But at work, you're like, crap. If I speak up, I might get fired.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's like a scary thing. Or
Yeah.
or
I'll get the
or I'm-
reputation of making people uncomfortable.
right.
Yeah.
Or you'll become that fat bitch,
Yeah.
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 That too.
which, I mean, it isn't always a bad thing.
I mean, can we get the T-shirt? I'm just saying. You're gonna be in a book.
I am.
Can you tell us about
Oh my
it?
gosh,
I'm
it's
so
so beautiful.
excited.
I love it.
So Amy is the photographer of Underneath We Are Women. I found her on Instagram. Instagram is magic. found her on Instagram, and she's Australian. So I was like, how do I get involved in this? And on her website, she had signups for people interested. And so I filled it all out, and I was like, I'm in the U.S. If you ever come here or something, like, I want to be involved. And about a month, 2 months later, she announced that she was coming to the U.S. And I was like, hey, lady, let's do something. Yeah. And so, I reached out to her, and she actually sent her like a DM or something. And she was like, oh my God, I'd love to have you in the book. And I was like, great. Assuming that she had seen my application, and she was like, I actually had no idea.
Oh my God.
I even applied. And I was like, yes, let's do this.
Oh,
so
glad you followed up.
Yeah,
exactly. And so she came to the U.S. and she shot in New York and LA.
She's Australian.
Yes. Australia. Yeah. So her and her family came over, and she wanted to shoot 100 women, and she did it. I think. At least she was planned to shoot over 100. A couple people didn't show up, but I think she finally did get her 100. And it was such a fantastic experience. I think there was only a handful of models that she actually shot. Everyone else was just regular women, and there was women from a size 2 to a size 32 probably, and there were young women, and there were older women, and it was absolutely fantastic.
And they each had like an I am something.
Yeah.
What was your I am statement?
Mine is I have to remember now. Wasn't prepared for this question.
Oh, sorry. Just put you under the hot seat.
I can't think of it.
It's okay. We'll.
Is it on the website?
Not yet.
It's not on their
Not
website
yet.
now. I looked because that's why I was like, oh, I can't find her. But there was really great ones. Like there was like I am strong. I am beautiful. I am like scrappy. I'm
Defiant.
sexy. Oh, you are defiant.
Defiant. That's my word.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
That's great.
I told my mom, and she was like, "That's not your word." I was like, "Mom,"
and you're like, Mom, it is. I'm defying you.
she was like, "That doesn't really look like you. That's yours." And I talked to my friends, and they're like, "No, that fits." And I was like, "Sorry, Mom, I'm gonna have to outvote you on this one."
Well, one of the things I wanted to talk about in the last segment, we sort of kind of went there, is that Christian Siriano had spoken at a panel at the 92nd Street Y in New York, which is an amazing series they do. And he was like screaming at the people, and I love it. And he basically was like, my business has tripled since I added plus size. Tripled. Hello.
Tripled, guys.
Tripled,
Come
bitches.
on. Aye.
And he said, adding plus sizes to my line tripled my business. Why wouldn't you do that? Do we not want to triple the business? Do we not think these women should wear our clothes? Do we not want these women to have beautiful things because we're afraid they're not beautiful? What's going on here? And I love that he got outraged. There's not a lot of that.
But there is a lot of designers who were like, no, well, they don't deserve beautiful things.
Yeah,
Totally.
I do. And I think that I think that he is not being polite about it.
No,
anymore.
I love that.
There's
Yeah.
been a lot of polite statements that going, I've decided to do this, but every designer should do what they want to do, right? There's been a lot of I'm not going to play the moral police. And he's basically first of all, you're a bad business person. And why wouldn't you want people to feel beautiful? Go screw yourself. There was definitely an outrage tone, which
he
was
was
different.
defiant. He was being very defiant.
Was defiant.
Very much so.
So I guess what I'm saying is that makes me think that younger people for sure are going to be stepping into this world.
I hope
that
so.
is
I mean,
being
if they're smart
created.
business people, they
We
will.
are 2/3
Totally.
of this country. We are
Right.
2/3 of this country
Right.
with money to spend. So I think that your magazine, someone would be dumb not to let you do a magazine or let them do their line. What straight size if they had what straight size were you oh my God, if they did a plus size line, I would so slay it.
Oh,
Let's manifesting. We're manifesting.
Every major designer, every design house ever.
All of them.
All of them. I just I would kill to wear some Vivienne Westwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Alexander McQueen when he was alive.
Yeah. I know.
so much.
Yeah, Alexander McQueen was just so special.
He was.
But there
He
is
was.
someone out there who I think like that torch has passed. We just have to meet them.
Well, I
Right.
mean, and maybe
Totally
it's you
find
because you can call yourself a designer now,
can.
right? With
Oh,
Chic
yes.
by B.
yes.
Yes. Tell us about that really briefly, because can you believe it? We're almost at the
You
end.
said it was going to fly by. She
I
did
know.
not lie.
I did not.
I gave Torrid one last shot, and I cannot stand Torrid. Torrid doesn't fit my body whatsoever. Gave him one last shot, and they failed miserably. And I went on a Facebook rant, and I was just like, how come small-chested, plus-size women can't find swimwear? Like, why is this the thing? And I had befriended Bethany on Facebook after finding her on Instagram. And she was like, you're preaching to the choir. And I was like, should we do something about this? And she was like, yes. So last year we launched our Meg by SBB swimwear collection, and there's bikinis and a cover, like a duster cover up and a one piece, and it's all just specifically designed for small chested plus size women. But we've put girls with all sorts of voluptuousness in them, and they look amazing.
That is really cool.
I love
So
it.
it's at Chic by B. SHEEEK.
Yes.
Three
BY
E's.
3 E's. But BYBEE. There's a lot of E's.
Yeah.
Chic by B. I just made a jingle for
We're
you.
gonna totally make a jingle, guys. We're totally gonna make a jingle. If we want to stalk you, first of all, you're coming on Tuesday.
Yes, I am.
So y'all,
Yes, she's
if
coming
you're
to the
coming
Fatitude
to the Fatitude
screening.
screening, you can meet Megan and take your picture with her. She's a star. She'll make it
She's
like really
yeah.
gorgeous. We can't wait to take pictures right after this.
I know.
It's selfie day. I mean, I can't.
I know.
Even.
Yes.
I can't.
Selfie
even.
day.
We're never getting
Kathy
out of
loves
here.
a selfie.
I'm gonna have to make Peter run outside and like just keep filling my meter with coins. Where can people find you?
So all of my handles and website things are megankimberling.com.
Megan with no H.
No H. Megan Kimberling.
Kimberling
L-I-N-G.
with a G at the end.
Yes.
Not Kitterling that Kathy kept
I
saying.
for a while was like putting D's and
Oh.
T's. in your
Kitterling.
name.
I was like, no,
And now I'm like
Kimberling.
Kimberling. I'm like, it sounds like a fairy. My fairy Kimberling. I like it.
okay with that.
Elson. Yes.
Yeah, so Megan Kimberling on Instagram and Twitter. Facebook.com/Megan Kimberling will take you to my model page. MeganKimberling.com. You can look at my portfolio. It's kind of fun. You can click on the pictures and it'll expand into the sets that they came from.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
like
god,
it's a
that's
fun puzzle.
so great. Oh my god, I'm
is
so
fun.
gonna do that.
I think Jarvis is showing everybody right now.
He's doing
Yeah,
it.
he's doing it. He's sharing it with you guys.
Yes. And next week we have
Amy Hill.
the great Amy Hill, who is like
Who everybody's going to be like, who's Amy Hill? And then when you see her, you're going to be like, oh,
and you're gonna be like,
I totally know who
50,
Amy Hill is.
50 First Dates.
Like, she's been on everything.
She's in that movie on your TV every weekend.
yeah.
And she is the woman who owns the diner, who takes care of Drew Barrymore after the mother dies. I'm not
Yes.
giving anything away. It's first 3 minutes of the movie.
This is
literally
true.
my favorite thing she's ever done. She's so beautiful in that movie.
Yeah.
But she's on Preacher right now. She's on I want to make sure I get it right. She's has a Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. She's up for, like, my friend who's an Emmy voter said that she's like a front runner for Emmy nominations for like the guest category.
So
yeah,
she's
because
fancy.
she's
So she's going to come on here and then she's going to win because that's how we do.
Yeah, she's a legend. So Amy Hill's coming, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Well, we hope to see you on
Come
Tuesday.
see
If
us,
we
LA.
don't, we're going to be very mad.
If you got your tickets, you're really lucky.
And guys, make sure that you like,
Subscribe,
subscribe,
and
and
share.
share because we need you guys to do that to
Yes.
be our super supporters.
at
because
Plus
we love
This
you.
Show everywhere.
Everywhere at
Don't
Plus
even have
This
to
Show.
think about it.
Just
Plus This Show.
And then when Kathy has her little tote bag just everywhere, you can just be like, oh, you're a Kathy from at Plus This Show.
And I'll scrub on you. I'll
Yeah.
take out the scrubs and
Just
scrub
scrub
you
your
down.
body down. Oh, that's a challenge.
We'll see you next
Challenge.
week at Plus This.
We love you.